This is like my seventh attempt trying to make this video, and I realized, oh, I'm so bad at this, but continue on, we try. And one realized I reorganized my place, starting off with this new TV, got for $20 with some water damage. The homie doesn't like it because of the water damage. I barely noticed it. I didn't really care. I got it. Honestly, I thought it was worth it, and I think it is still. Finally fixed my phone, but I had to put $100 in, and plus investing into a case, screen protector, and camera protector cost me about like a bit, but it's okay. It's fine. I mean, at least I can show up in interviews with a nice phone. Don't have to feel embarrassed bringing out my phone, taking pictures with a broken piece here, with scratches here, and lots of scratches and cracks and everything. So at least that is out of my mind. I do need to turn this in. Oh shit. I'm not sure if you saw that, but fuck it, whatever. It's not like anyone's really gonna notice anything by then. And that's my old phone. They got turned into UPS box. What else? I got a speaker. Where is that fucking shit? It's a really nice speaker. I like it. It bumps slightly. There it is. I got an electric kettle. And some of the stuff that I got, I used Amazon gift cards to get that I got in from friends and from Amazon themselves, which was good. So my first week's been busy. My phone, I fixed that a few days ago, so that was relatively new. Organizing my studio was also new because I got the TV. The dressers need to be changed, and I might get new dressers because I have a lot of clothes, and I might either stop wearing some and give them away, or just get bigger drawers because some of the clothes I use a lot and daily, or and weekly too. So I would see no point in throwing some out, but I would say getting some more storage would be helpful for my clothes situation. And I like the way I set this up. The light is natural. I don't have a dumb light bulb flashing in my face. I could. But yeah, I'm not. And speaking of lamps, I was looking on Craigslist and someone's giving away free lamps with no light bulbs, so I'd rather just get some new lamps too for free. That way I save some money. Cause I has spent $100 on the phone. I spent I've spent 30 but basically 30 yesterday, going out to eat with my mom. Cause I have internet here and we have phones together. And the guy was like, if you just cancel the internet and then you put internet on your mom's phone but on your address, you'll save money on your internet and on your phones. And we did. So we got that out of the way. It was a hassle though, but that's something we did. And so yeah, that is what I've been doing for the first week of January. I've been wanting to write, but I've been busy getting packages, organizing my place, looking for opportunities for work. Got an interview for the job. Hopefully it yields a good result. My first job that I have now has messaged me about an interview for a position at a different part of the park. So hopefully that yields a good result too. It is going to yield good results. Honestly, all these are all positive things. and they're all positive results too. So, yeah, I'm gonna get the jobs. I'm gonna get opportunities. I already have a second job. It's already here. God already gave me it, and that's another thing. I've been accepting things in my life. I know nothing really. Like Socrates said, all I know is that I know nothing, and that's been really helpful. That and accepting that your life is in God's hands if you're Christian, which I am, and also knowing that that if you surrender yourself to God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit, surrender yourself to them. And then another thing is that you are loved by God and Jesus. So you don't need to seek approval for and love from others anymore, because you are loved from God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit. And that's been really helped me feel better about everything in life. Because what I do, and I feel like a lot of other men do, is we put a lot of pressure on ourselves, and and a lot of things that are out of control, we react to it. We all react to it aggressively and negatively, like, oh my God, this person cut me off, or like, oh, the light turned red, oh, I missed my bus, oh, I'm late to work, something, we get so aggressive towards things we can't control, and it really just doesn't help anyone, especially ourselves. And matter of fact, some of the way we react is so self-sabotaging to the point where you fuck yourselves over. We fuck ourselves over as men, as I do. And it's all because of in our heads. In my head, I make these problems. I make them like that I'm not loved, or I'm lonely and stuff. And I'm not lonely, and I'm not loved, and I am loved. I'm not lonely, and I'm loved. I'm loved by God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit, and my mom. And I am not lonely. I have God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, and my mom, myself, and friends. I'm not lonely at all. Do I want, some more than what I have? Of course. And I will have more than what I have. I will. Of course. God is going to give it to me. Like how God has given me a better phone. God has given me given me a TV finally. A free PlayStation. I got a free PlayStation. I just invested in some power cable and HDMI, and then I almost spent additional $25 on a controller and a game together. So God has given me these things, and it's fine. No need to stress. No need to cry, worry, and react negatively. No need to be afraid anymore, Jared, or whoever's watching. For me, this is for me. I don't have to be afraid anymore. I can let things go. I can focus on what I really want to focus on, which is myself. And I know a lot of people might say, what do you mean by that? It's because I grew up in circumstances which I didn't get to really explore my interest. I didn't really get to even know what my interests were. I did a lot of things in my childhood, in my adolescence, to please family members. So I don't really have to be hassled with. I don't have to hear the lectures and be in constant fights and bickering. I caved in and did what other people wanted me to do to please them. I never got to explore anything that I was slightly interested in or curious because of fear of not just failing at it, but also fear of my family rejecting the notion, and then just overall fear of just having to confront them. And all this fear was a bit my fault, at the same time, I realized I didn't have any guidance. I came from a single mom, and I love her, but her decisions really did not set me up for success in life, and I have to deal with the consequences of that as an adult, and that is not knowing where you want to be, or where you're at. And I feel like I'm not the only guy that is in that circumstance. I feel like a lot of men feel this way, and maybe this video, if you're watching, resonates, but I'm gonna start exploring things that I'm interested in, even if I'm afraid, and even if I am like 25 and people may consider it as too late. I don't think it's too late. So I'm gonna start exploring a bit of myself, express myself through clothes, through words, through actions, and through my music. I'm not saying making music, but what I listen to. I think I'm gonna explore things that I want to do from now on. Even if I might have to expend some money, I think I will, because at this point, it's better to try than to not do anything and fucking suffer. And I feel like I'm very artistic. I'm very creative. So I think at least I'm gonna put my direction into being creative, into creating things. Creating what? I don't know. Being artistic in what capabilities? I have no clue. I know I can draw. I know I can color. I can improve on that for sure. But what else can I create? What else are the possibilities for me? Those are things I want to explore. And I'm going to explore. I'm going to do a lot of exploring. But at least all my focus and energy is into creating. I'm going to be a creator. I'm going to be making things, making stuff, making cool things. What am I making? I'm going to figure that out. And that's the journey. That's the fun part. It's exciting. It's scary. For me, I'm not sure about for you. But I'm going to try to create. And I do create videos. Are they artistic? Are they fucking amazing quality? Are they life-changing? I don't know. Who knows? I mean, at least I know they're not the horrible quality, but they're not the best quality a video can be. But I'm just going to create things. Then this year I'm also going to invest in myself. By creating things, in things I want to have, things I want to do, things I want to experience, but also for the future. So I invest as well, and I'm gonna invest more this year, because this year is gonna be a change, because it's election year. And it's not even just that, a lot of countries have been making moves. The United States have been making moves recently with seizing Venezuela. We have now access to some cheap oil and some cheap gold. So, and you might think it's not cheap. Well, it's cheap because it's Venezuela. And since we seized it, we can now put a puppet president or something, and most of the things they are for benefiting the United States interests. So there's gonna be that to look forward to. I mean, do I like it? I mean, it's not exactly what I say I enjoy, but I mean, it's not something I have no control over, no say. I mean, I can express my opinion, but it's already been done. The process is already ongoing. So all you have to do is seize opportunities and chances, even if one may say are morally gray or morally black. All this moral stuff is so perspective. It's always so narrow minded and always one perspective. Not everything is so one perspective, two perspectives. There's like multiple perspectives. Everybody wants one perspective to be truth, but multiple perspectives can be true at the same time, and everyone seems to either forget, don't like that, or it just doesn't fit what they like or what they feel. So it usually just gets fucking ignored or pushed off to the side. And I realized that about my childhood and about my upbringing is that I have my perspective, my mom has her perspective, my half sister has her perspective, and then my father has his perspective. I've always been curious on why he didn't stay around, and I asked my mom, and she gave me her perspective, and I started to realize I can't trust that. You can never trust a story with one perspective. You can never trust a story with one perspective. You can't trust it's the same thing with history. You can't trust one single perspective in history. You have to take account in those who lost, those who won, those who profit, those who lost profit, those who were in the sidelines, observers. There's so many perspectives and histories and stories, and everybody never wants to explore everyone else's. And the same goes to me sometimes. Sometimes I don't want to explore someone's perspective, but that's because sometimes I judge based on appearances, which isn't a bad thing at all. I think it's perfectly normal to judge someone based on their appearances. If there's clues on how that person lives, how that person behaves, and thinks by the way they look and act and stuff, totally judge them. Of course, that's only logical because it's for your own protection and safety and for your own insurance, really. So I have nothing against about being judged or judging others. Where was I going with this? Forgot. But point being is that, if we judge and everyone else judges, they never look at other perspectives. And I thought of that too because I judged my father. And then I realized, I've only seen my perspective, which doesn't really tell me anything about him. I've heard about my mom's perspective, and then I heard about my half-sister's perspective, which she was just a little girl too, but she has her own agenda as well. Not at that age, but as an age right now, to share her perspective. And I realized I can never trust a single side of one story. As much as I would love to trust what my mom told me, I also know she's a liar. She's been lying to me since I was a little kid. When I was a little kid, she would lie to me a lot, so much, that at the point where it's just like, I know when you're lying to me. Do you think I won't know by now? But I do, I will. And with that being said, you gain the ability to read lies. So I realized I was quick to judge my father because of that, and I realized that people are always gonna lie, but when it comes to like fathers and stories like that about one's, because I'm a single, from a single mom, so I'm a single parent child, and when it comes to those type of parents, they're very they lie. And I can't say maybe my mom is lying about everything, but I can't really take her perspective 100% to be the truth when I haven't even heard the other half. And at this point, at this age, 25, I'm not going to look for that perspective. And I'm not going to listen to my mom's perspective either. I'm just going to have my own perspective, in which was I'm the outcome of two adults who didn't know what they were doing, didn't know what they want. They messed around, and the result was me, a child not planned, a child out of confusion and only desire. And basically, that's me. I'm most of the time confused, but I'm always desiring things. I'm desiring a better life. I'm desiring a direction. I'm desiring a career. I'm desiring this. But I'm always confused. I'm always confused. Damn, wow, that is a good one. I'm a child. I'm a product of two adults who don't know what they're doing. And only confused and seeking desire, and that's what I am, a child of confusion and desire. They desired, each other's bodies, and they were confused on what to do with me. Because there were at some points a man was in my life for a little bit trying, but it didn't, obviously didn't stick around. So yeah, being a product of confusion and desire makes you basically a confused person who desires a lot. Oh, wow. You know what? At least I feel better now. At least I am getting clarity on myself. Like, yes, I can understand why I am the way I am a bit more now. Was it obvious? Yeah. But to me, I was in denial, or maybe more like confused, or not truly accepting things and needed to be said out loud, which is why these videos help, because it puts me in a bit to expose myself, not just for your sakes, or not for your sakes, but not just for your entertainment or for like you, the viewers, but mainly for me, so I can keep a record of like. And you might say you don't have to post this on YouTube. I'm not posting it for like fame or anything. I'm just posting it because sometimes I feel like I do say things that other people relate to, and maybe that helps others. Because I'm literally just trying to help myself, and maybe if I post these videos, I can get some hope, one way or another. But I am at least getting hope. I am helping myself, in which I am exploring ideas. I'm putting my mind out there and actually trying to improve and force that improvement and put myself in places of uncomfortable feelings and situations for growth. But sometimes it really is difficult to be like this. So I'm gonna cut this video short. Yeah, I mean, it's not short, but I'm gonna cut it for now. So peace.